What up, though? I'm Brian.
And I'm Shay.
And we would like to welcome you to the couch. The couch is a place where you can come and sit, talk about your businesses, or anything that you got going on. So, we have had some good guests on here, all women. So today, we're breaking the mold and we got some fellas, some guys on here, some guys that I admire, been a part of their lives for a long time. They've been a part of my life for a long time. So, without further ado, we would like to introduce JT and Noah Brown.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
What's going on, everybody? Man, we Gucci, man. How y'all say just, you know what I'm saying, free flow, so y'all gonna be me.
That's right, just be you.
Cool.
So, JT, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is John Thomas. Everybody knows me as JT. I'm a independent drummer. I play for probably everybody. Mostly Carla and Company, which is a jazz, R&B, hip hop, old school jazz type band. Of course, Noah Brown. I'm his booking agent, his manager, drummer, photographer, treasurer, bank, everything. You know what I'm saying? He can't do nothing without me. No, just like that. And then I'm a CPR instructor for the American Heart Association. I'm a pastor of my dad's outreach ministry, GHT outreach ministry, because I married these two.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm just a laid back guy, man. I'm married. I have a beautiful wife. Her name is Kavina Lynette Malone Thomas. I have 4 children, but I raised 6. Anisha Coleman, and then Janiyah Thomas, Jaden Thomas, Kiera Thomas, John Thomas Jr., and Damian Carter. Been a native here at Champaign, Urbana, Illinois for 48 years. But when I was younger, in the summer, half of my life was in Edwards, Mississippi, and the other one was Elberton, Georgia, because my parents were 2 down south parents, wanted me to learn what hard work and respect is. And, you know, just a laid back guy, man. And I just became an author in January of this year. Got a book called Results of My Ingredients. And, you know, just looking forward to see how that'll take me and what God has in store. So, and then I'm a grandfather. I forgot. Grandbabies, Heavenly, Amari, and Jemiah.
Got a lot of hats.
Oh, and then I'm a head custodian for the Champaign Unified School District. Can't forget about that. Take care of Novak Academy, early childhood, case ideology, and CCRPC with
Coach, right?
Coach, I used to coach. I used to coach for the YMCA, and then I played ball with my man over here, the best 3-point shooter right here.
Wait, y'all heard it, right?
This man has got me some assists. You hear me? Yeah, but you know, I'm just enjoying life, man. And I'm a funny thing is that this month on the 8th, I'll be celebrating 5 years cancer free.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a big blessing. I'm not supposed to be here, so just by the grace of God and the prayers of the righteous, man, I'm here. So thank y'all for letting me be on the show.
And hold on, before we go to Noah, JT has a trademark, right? If you see this man anywhere, he got a toothpick in his mouth. I don't think you had one when he met at the wedding, but JT.
I did, y'all just didn't see it. I did, y'all just didn't see it. See, hold on. See how far I put it in my mouth? I had it, y'all just didn't know it.
That's how you know, because you got a twin around.
Yeah, they always get A+ Aaron Wilson. They've been getting us mixed up, man. Ever since Herman and I was kids, and still to this day. Somebody will walk up to him and say, "Hey man, I like that thing you did at the church," and then somebody walk up to me, "Hey man, I like the thing you did at the park and you did at the club." Be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Aaron is short and stocky. I'm tall and stocky. Aaron carries a shoe. I carry a toothpick." And I look handsomer than he does. So, you know, let the record show that I said I look handsomer than Aaron A. Wilson.
So it's a picture of Aaron up there. So I'll let y'all choose. And Noah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Grace.
All right, thank you. Now.
Okay. I'm gonna get something. My name is Noah I. Brown. A lot of people call me Noah I, and some people call me Snow. I'm a singer, songwriter, author. I'm working on my 5th music project. Working on my 3rd book. I'm not gonna say I'm a jack of all trades like him, but I do work for the Unifor Schools as a TA. I'm the music director, music minister at my church, and I play for another church for the praise team as well. I don't know. I'm an editor for his book that he just wrote and everything. So,
Hold on, man. She's trying to be all modest and stuff. Since I'm his manager, I'm going to go ahead and look. This is like the Michael Jackson of gospel music. I'm talking about Noah is very, very skillful. What you just saw me do, that's how me and him get down all the time. I mean, I love his spirit. We always get on each other's nerves. We talk about each other, but it's out of love. I mean, this man, his music is powerful. I mean, when I do get a chance to be the manager, because I'm not always, I wear a lot of hats. Sometimes I got to play and then manage, or sometimes I got to play and then sell CDs and books. But when I just get to sit down and just like listen to him, every time he just blows my mind. I mean, this man gives back to his community. He's a director, one of the directors of the Martin Luther King Choir, the MLK that we usually do every year in January, right? Mm-hmm. And this man has been, I mean, I got friends that's pulling for him to, it's like, man, who helped you with your book? I'm like, well, my brother did. He's like, man, can I exchange numbers? So he's going to be helping a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, with stuff. I mean, he's a great father, a great husband, a great, true, real friend. I mean,
shout out to my wife and kids.
Because he was going to be on the couch. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to be celebrating 16 years on the 17th of this month.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he's, a man of God, and, the great late Willa Mae Brown. I mean, that was his mom. That's who he got his singing voice from. I mean, he's been over the Voices of Parkland. He had his own men's group. I think it was Men in Distinction. I mean, this dude, he's being modest, but this when I tell you, and everybody know I don't be serious all the time, so just take advantage of this. This man, he is the Michael Jackson of gospel. Okay. I mean, if you think about, was it We Are the World? Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson calls like, hey, you were singing flat, this is your note. Man didn't have a keyboard, but he had perfect pitch. Mm-hmm. That's how he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about and can write plays. We did a play. I think when y'all went to church together, y'all did a play, yeah. And then we did it again last year or the year before last?
Both.
And I mean, man, phenomenal. So this dude, he's being modest because he don't like to blow his own horn, but this guy right here.
And he said I'm the Michael Jackson, but the Michael Jackson of gospel music, but he's like the Joe Jackson.
Yeah, because I got the belt right here.
But like with Noah, we go, I mean, I can't even remember, what, 20 plus years?
Yeah.
And I remember the first video that I did for you was I can't remember the church, but you was young, it was young. Sally was in it, Lolita was in it. I mean, it was the old, I got it on DVD. So I wasn't trying to get transferred. But I think that was the first time I seen you perform your group, and I was amazed. And I was videoing, and it was hard for me to kind of, focus because the music, like I said, you're very talented. When we got married,
he sung at our wedding. Yeah.
He sung at our wedding, and the first person, that I thought to sing was Noah.
We got the duo over here.
And I knew JT was gonna marry me, right? Because this brother has been like I I'm gonna say mentor because we're same age, but I always looked up to him. So when I was getting married, it was no question. I talked to my wife and I said, "Hey," we was like, "Well, who's gonna perform the ceremony?" I said, "JT." And she was like, "Who was that?"
And look, we met for the first time. We got down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but even the connection with JT, we connected through basketball. Playing ball, and it's weird because I'm from playing in a public league, and you don't get the point guards like JT who's willing to give the ball up, right? So playing with him, and I always say it's two of my favorite players to play with, and it's JT and Ben, because they know how to get me in my spots, and that's what a true point guard does. JT reminds me of Magic Johnson on the court, right? He's so smooth and cool, but he sees stuff that nobody else sees. I don't know if you still got it now because we like.
Man, no, I don't have it, brother. These bad boys are retired.
So we got Mike and Magic.
Man. But see, we got the Black Larry Bird over here and Kevin McHale because, I mean, it was automatic. I mean, I can get him the ball. It's just like, B, just get open. Well, what? Don't worry about running no plays and scoot. Just pick which side you're going to be on, and then either I or Ben will get the ball to him, and it's automatic. I mean, we came back, that one game, we came back from like 50-point deficit because of this man right here.
Y'all hear it.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Don't fall asleep on this dude. He had a jumper that I don't think nobody blocked.
James Carter got me a few times, but he a freak of nature.
No, but he fouled you though. Yeah, I was there. He fouled you. He fouled you, so it don't count. But yeah.
So Noah, I remember when you wrote this book here, The Glass Eyes. It was right after The Redeeming. Like it was like in the same time frame. But and let me say this: seeing The Redeeming made me say, okay, I think did you leave the church? You went to a different. You went out.
I left the church completely.
No, not left the church, but I think you went to another church, and I took over the drama ministry at GCI because of Noah. Like, I was like, wow, that was cool. So then I started doing the plays at GCI, and that's what got me into writing. I got like 5 plays ready to go because COVID shut everything down. I was actually in the process of trying to get my play Struggles of a Man out. You know, Tyler Perry always writes about the women, you know, what they go through. I wrote Struggle of a Man, talking about a man getting out of jail and having to deal with the everyday life of not being able to provide, being pulled back to the streets when he found God in jail. Now he's back on the street and everybody's pulling him, you know, trying to pull him back. Right. So that's ready to go. So when COVID's up, me and Noah gonna get on this one.
That's what's up. That's what's
up. And it's a part I wrote in there. The pastor that I wrote for Noah, I ain't tell him yet, but because it's a lot of singing. I can't sing. Noah can blow. And I'm telling you, if you go look at, just look on his YouTube page, or you have YouTube, or go to Facebook and listen to him, and you'll be amazed. And I know the community knows you. Like, people know Noah Eyebrow. Yeah. And I saw him on TV. I grabbed my phone, I recorded when he was on Seattle. But just talk about a little bit about The Glass Eyes.
Looking Through Glass Eyes, that is actually a true story. Now, when I made it and everything, I said it was realistic fiction, but it's a true story about my life. When I had 3 other brothers, where we went to Georgia for our music careers, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. You know, we had, you know, a couple of us, you know, we had some issues. You know, we had some issues, life issues, and my mom used to always tell me, y'all not ready to go down to Georgia. And I'm like, oh, this is so far I've seen careers, you know, why are you trying to stop me? You know, you're trying to, you know, sleep on my skills and, you know, stop me from trying to, you know, make it. And she said, Noah, right now you're looking through glass eyes and you're not seeing reality. And that stuck with me. You know, it really stuck with me when she she kept saying that you are looking through glass eyes and you're not seeing reality. And she would go to say, some of the people in your singing group, they're not ready. You may be ready, but they're not ready. They're not, emotionally ready because they have a whole lot of monkeys on their backs, a whole lot of vices that they're dealing with. So, against what my mom said, I went to Tifton, Georgia, and tried to, do something with my music and everything with these 3 other brothers. And everything, as I said, that could go wrong, it went wrong. And when I came back from Georgia, and I was just really distraught, actually, I had like a mini nervous breakdown when I was in Georgia because everything just happened. It was just crumbling all around me. And I was just like, and I remember what my mom was saying, I'm like, dang, she was right from the jump, and I was just going through some stuff there. And when I came back and everything, and I talked to my mom and dad, because how I left Georgia, it was just so much drama. But when I got back and I talked to my mom and dad about it and everything, my dad, he would always joke, say, this will make a good book, So I decided to make a book out of it, and it's funny because when I first wrote the book, the first 2 chapters, after the first 2 chapters, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. It's too much that happened, and I don't know if I have the energy to write the book. And then I was like, okay, the 3rd chapter, I was really slow poking on it and everything. And then by the time the 4th chapter got there, I'm like, man. So I kind of like put it down for a good 2 months, and then I went back to it. I don't know, it was some type of epiphany or what. I just was like, okay, I have to finish this book. And so what I did was, when my wife and kids were sleeping, my kids, they was like little and everything, when they would sleep, I'd be burning midnight oil, typing from like 10 o'clock p.m. to like 3 o'clock a.m. Typing. And it felt good because after chapter 3, I was like at chapter 5, and then I'm at chapter 8 now, I'm like, man, and I couldn't believe it was actually coming. And because when you see the whole thing starting to come to shape and everything, it's like, I don't know, it makes you feel like, okay, I can do this last leg and everything. I got that second win now. So, I put the book out and everything, and I had to change the names of the people who are in the book because there was a whole lot of good, a whole lot of bad, a whole lot of ugly. And when I was talking about everything in the book, and when you read the book, it's from my perspective and everything. And it's like, so even my name I changed from Noah to David, and this is my truth of what took place and whatnot. And the thing is, the villain in the book became the hero in the book at the end. Maybe I said too much about that, but because I want people to read the book, but it's like the villain in the book became the hero because the villain had a whole lot of problems. And because I know this person personally, and we still have a good relationship, I have a good relationship with all the brothers, and they've evolved into great men of God and everything and whatnot. But back then, we was all, you gotta remember, all of us was either from 19 years old to 23. So we were still young, we were young-minded, and our decisions that we did back then, we never knew that they would, deal with our decisions or how our life will be right now because of what we did back then. But, and I was writing this book and I was kind of nervous because I was like, I don't want them to read the book and get mad at me. But I was like, this is what I have to talk about. This is what happened. And because I'm an author, because I like writing stories and whatnot, I had to put that out there. And praise be to God, though, all 3 of them read the book. And they loved the book. They was like, wow, you have a good memory. I forgot this even happened and everything. And instead of them being upset because of some of the stuff I did say, when you do realistic fiction, even if you do like just the real based on your life story, you have to say all the stuff, all the good, the bad, the ugly. Even though it might offend somebody, this is to help somebody else. Mm-hmm. They went down this path and look what happened. Don't do that. Go down this path and everything. So whoever reads the book and everything, whoever reads the different scenarios that happen in the book and everything, it could be like, wow, because we did we was put through a whole lot. It was a whole lot of good stuff too, a whole lot of great stuff that happened and everything. We one funny thing is we was in a competition and we was singing one of the songs that I wrote, and everybody was cheering. It was over with. Everybody cheering for us. Oh, emulation. And then this one woman came on stage and she started singing, and she looked like a drag queen and everything, and she messed up twice. They had to start all over again just because she messed up. She was in the wrong key or whatever. And she won. And that's because, and I was saying in the book how it's like the judges, they were biased because they chose, because she had, big boobs and she had a tight dress on and everything, and she had this theater look of herself and everything, and they chose that over us and everything. We was a talent, but they was looking at the outer appearance. So we was kind of cheated out of that and everything. And I kind of poked fun at that and everything, but the three brothers who was in that book, they was like, "You remember that?" I'm like, "Yeah," because the thing is, when you go through traumatic experiences, you remember that stuff for the rest of your life because you don't want to go back down that path anymore. So, a whole lot of looking through glass eyes is a whole lot of traumatic experiences. Looking through glass eyes is just like the title says. I was looking through glass eyes. I wanted this music career so badly, I didn't see reality. So that's what, my dad, as I said, he kept saying, you need to write this, make this into a book. This would bless so many people if they read this. So I said, okay. And the person who, if you look at the cover of this, the person who made the eye, he's, what's his name? It leaves me right now. He worked in the mall.
Oh, Chris Logan.
Chris Logan. He made this because I said, I want you to make this, and I told myself I wanted it to be like a silhouette of, four men coming out of an eye. I was like, can you do something like that? He was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. He had like 3 different types of pictures, and I saw that one. I said, that's it. So that's when you see the picture of it. That's Chris Logan Graphics. He did that. He did an awesome job about that. So, but that's how that story came about. How that book came about.
I mean, writing a book, doing CDs, being a father, a husband, minister, praise and worship leader. How? How?
It's
all that
balance. Prayer and balance. Because there were times though when I would be with the group, singing with the group, or I'd be so engulfed in being in the studio, writing the book. Sometimes my family would be neglected. And I had to kind of balance both of those. Say, no, you gotta, if you want this to be done, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. Sacrifice is sleep. So I'm gonna spend my time with my family until they go to sleep. Then I'm gonna take some coffee or whatever, some no-dos, and I'm gonna be working on this and working on this and everything. But it's like with all that, it just comes balance. If you don't have that and everything, something's gonna fail, something's gonna not get as much attention, and you don't want to crash and burn either. So that means, okay, if looking through glass eyes, instead of staying up for 5 hours, okay, you're gonna stay up for an hour and a half and you're gonna go to sleep because you gotta go to work the next day and you need to be focused for the kids. So there has to be just a whole lot of balance and prayer.
Yeah, that's like us every day. We put in 13, 14 hours a day of work, but then we have to still try to find time for us and then sleep,
Right.
So, and with prayer, I think we're so connected that if she gets off, I get home before her, she can just sit down here. I come and say, hey, baby, we give each other that time, but we do find time to spend together. Even if it's us just laying in the bed, and I have this little crazy fetish where I scratch legs. I've been doing this since I was 2. So she would come and just put a leg, and I just sit there. And to me, that's spending time with her. And it's like I said, it's balance. And I think a lot of people, artists, just anybody in general, has a hard time of balancing out their life because they're missing a prayer out of their life. And that's the important part about, your passion, saying this is what I want to do, but I'm working, I have a family, but I'm also going to pray and God going to work it out, where I can have the energy to sit up and write till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, get up and go to work, come home, spend time with my family, and do it all over again. Because sometimes you say, man, how do you do that? How did you pull it off?
It's about support too, I think. You know, your wife understanding, knowing that's what you want to do, and her supporting you. You know?
And you know, some of the times at first I didn't see that because she would be like, okay, you know what? I see what you're doing. I'm proud of you, but you need to go to bed. Because one thing she knows, you know, every married couple, they know each other's good things and bad things, good points and bad points. And one bad point about me is that I'm not a morning person. So when I would stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, then I would have to get up at 5:30. I used to call in sick because, you know, with the school district, you know, we have sick days, and I messed that up. I almost got myself, you know, joked myself out of a job because I would call in sick because I'm like, I can't get up. I feel like I was hungover because I'm looking like I need some more sleep. So I would call in and say I was sick and everything, and they'd be like, okay. But then the thing is, it would start affecting my relationships at school and whatnot. And then, you know, I'd be so tired, and then my wife would be like, "You gonna do this again? You gonna call in tomorrow too?" And I'm like, not really, but you know. So I had to really just kind of. She was the one who was like, okay, you know what, you're doing a great thing and I'm proud of you, but you got to have stability. You have to be stable in everything you're doing, everything, because if you do too much of this and everything, this is going to suffer. And you look at you now, you're suffering, you got bags under your eyes, you don't want to go to work right now because you're so tired. And I'm looking like, okay, I need you to be my wife, not my mother, you know. But she had my best interest in mind, you know. And when you have that support, even the support that you don't want, it's a support like, okay, you know what, I'm your wife, I'm telling you this because I love you. At the same time, just saying, I want you to do your best, you know, aim high. So.
Yeah, so I know me and you hit it on this actually, it was a long while ago. I don't tell too much, but we talked about doing it as a movie.
Yeah.
Right?
I still have the DVD. He did a commercial of the movie, what was it, The Redeeming. It's a play production that I wrote, The Redeeming. And he did we started at our former church, and it was a big hit. So we did it again at our former church, and it was a big hit again. And that's when he was like, you know, let's make this into a movie, you know. So everybody's really excited about it and everything. And so we was doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, and it was going to be more elaborate and everything. We was going to go into one of the character, you know, his other life with drugs and everything and selling everything. And we was shooting all that stuff. It was so fun and everything because it's like I didn't want it to end, but you know. And
I think I still got that footage somewhere. I'm gonna look for it.
Is it a trailer or y'all shooting?
No, we was shooting a trailer for the movie.
Okay.
And then we was gonna come back and shoot the movie.
Okay.
But I got it somewhere. It's on a
we had
tape.
so it was like 30 people involved. Actors and actresses. I mean, okay, you gonna do this, and you gonna do this, and there's no, you gonna come up and everything, and this gonna happen, and we're gonna shoot you, and we're gonna have this red stuff.
Oh wow!
Come up. I mean, it was
Really like Universal Studio type stuff. You know what I mean?
It was.
So this was pre-film school for me. I haven't even thought about going to school for it. So now that I have my degree in it.
Oh shoot!
There's no limit now.
Right. So, and like JT, your book, Results from My Ingredients, I like that title. Tell us a little bit about yours.
Well, I'm all about helping people. Being a black sheep can relate to black sheep, and people that are the underdogs or have people foot stepped on their necks and will expand their weaknesses and wrongdoings and make them seem like that they can't do anything because you're not good enough. You're this, and you know you're not going to amount to nothing. Well, people don't understand that thing that you done wrong made you the good person you are. For instance, I heard somebody on Facebook say, if you Eat an egg by itself is nasty. If you drink vanilla flavor, it's too sweet. If you chew flour, it'll just be crunchy and you might choke. But just with those ingredients, you put that together, that's a mean pound cake. So the thing is, if you put things in your life that happened to you that was bad and form it together, that's what made you you. You guys, I love your energy. The first day I met you all when we did the marriage thing, the counseling thing. The thing is that I saw different transitions happen. I saw the getting on the nerves. I saw some people, were shady about things. Some people wasn't getting this. Some people didn't buy this at that time. But guess what? All that mayhem came together and made a beautiful wedding day. So the thing is, I want people to be, I tell people, they ask me, JT, what about, do you regret anything in your life? I said, no. I embrace my errors just like I embrace my successes, because my errors got me to be who I am. If I would have never got off the wrong road, I wouldn't know. My sister kept playing with an iron board. April, stop doing that. You're going to burn yourself. Stop doing that. Well, guess what? One day she burnt herself. Well, guess what? Now she knows I can't play around the iron.
Yeah, April.
That's called learning.
She go. So the thing is that everything bad happened to me didn't come out bad. Everything bad happened to me came out good. What did you learn about falling off a bike? Did you just not ride a bike no more, or you watched the way you turned? It helped you. How many times have you cooked and you maybe put too much or put too little? Does that mean you can't cook? No, you just got to try it again. Now you become a cook with ease. You can cook that. He can ask you to cook something. Baby, cook the lasagna. You done messed up so many times. Now you can get up there and do it and don't think nothing about it, and it's thebomb.com. So people need to know that the ingredients, the result from your ingredients, either you're going to continue to do the bad things that happen to you, or you're going to change the game. And people are used to, what was the saying? Hurting people are hurting people. You got the people that were hurt. Now they're in position, they're hurting people. Well, just like Jesus did, and it's funny, tomorrow's Easter. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus looked and said, "Woo, Lord, let this cup pass from me." Because evidently he just had a human moment. But then he said, "Nevertheless." So the reason why we're celebrating Easter on tomorrow, which is Resurrection Sunday, is because of the nevertheless. You know what? I had father issues. I had every man in my life fail me. I had the system fail me. But nevertheless, I'm still going to be a good man. And that's okay. Every teacher told me I wasn't going to be nothing. That's okay. Because then I took on the attribute of David, and I looked in the mirror and I started encouraging myself. Every teacher that told me I wasn't going to be nothing was in the back of my ambulance. And they had to apologize to me. I helped them not to try to show them, I turned out different. I helped them because of the kindness of my heart, the forgiveness I'm supposed to have, and then my mother and father teaching me, you know what? Somebody do you wrong, forgive them and keep moving. So the results of all that negativity made me the great man of who I am. No, I'm not perfect, but I'm pure.
Okay.
So this is the results of my ingredients. I had a stuttering problem. They put me in special classes because my dad wanted me to be like everybody else. But I got the answer in another way. So I was deemed special. I still got the answer. But then they put me in special classes. Then I was a floor mat. Long as you dance to everybody's music, you got rhythm. But when you dance to the beat of your own drum, you ain't got no rhythm anymore. So then people shun you away. So then one of the quotes that I got in my in the book said, when you learn your self-worth, you'll stop giving people discounts. I was always giving people discounts because I didn't know how royal. I'm a king's kid. I'm JT. I'm somebody. So when I stopped giving people discounts and start realizing how intelligent, how smart I am, sky's the limit. So everything bad you ever did, everything bad, the times I was in the paper, the times that I did wrong and I knew it was wrong and it was exploited, times I had, I had children out of wedlock, I'm a good father. I'm a good grandfather because I fought for my kids. Now men are fighting for their kids. So that's the results. You get results by whatever you do in foundational.
And one thing you said that when you know your worth, you stop giving out discounts. And I feel like people, we in general do that all the time. We do it with work. We do it with people, friends, because we think we know our worth, but sometimes we really don't know our worth. And I think, and not to get biblical, but I think that when you establish a relationship with God first, then you actually learn your worth. Because I went to a point where I questioned every ounce of me being here. Because I didn't know my worth. But how did I get that back? I prayed about it.
Exactly. And then you also try to get, I personally was depending on other people to see my worth. If she didn't say anything good about me, then I guess I'm nothing. But the thing is, it starts with you.
Absolutely.
When you recognize your worth, it's okay to say no. And you know what? You know how many people I cut off and say no to, and they mad? I sleep good at night with my CPAP. You hear me? I sleep good at night. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, the old school used to sing this song, the joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. So why should I allow you to take away something that you didn't even give to me? And when you come into the realization of that, man, life is great. So it's just a self-help book to encourage and I was very transparent. I mean, he never wanted me to do this, but I had to give him credit because, man, you should write a book. No, I'm good. Man, can I jot some stuff down? And I know he was saving stuff, the messages that I preached and the Facebook Lives that I do.
When we're in the car a lot, whether it's venting, whether it's just saying some epiphany that he had, he'll just start talking. I'm looking like, let me record this real quick. keep talking. Because he'll say all these golden nuggets. I'm like, and a whole lot of times when I didn't have a recorder with me or have my phone with me, I'm looking like, okay, what did he say? I'm at home and everything like, what did he say when he said something about, oh yeah, that's what he said. And I'm trying to remember when I could have had a phone right there, because he always, every time we're in the car talking, whether we have to go to an engagement or whatever, he has all this wisdom that's just spewing out of his mouth, and he don't even know that I'm looking like, okay, I'm pressing record right now, because somebody else needs to hear that too.
Yes.
So many people need to hear that. And I'm looking like, okay, I feel like, okay, he's giving me all the wisdom, but there's a whole big world out there that needs to hear this, so that's why I was like, let me jot some
share
stuff.
button. Share.
And see, the thing is, one thing that even though Brian was talking about with him in basketball, how he sees things from that they don't see sometimes, it's like that with life and stuff. He'll show me some stuff, he'll tell me some stuff from a different perspective, a different angle. Okay, I'm seeing it from here, but he's over here seeing everything, and he's like, no, because this. I'm looking like, I didn't think about that. I didn't see that, because he saw something that I didn't see, and that's why some people tease and say that's Noah's bodyguard too, because he sees a whole lot of stuff that he might see somebody trying to swindle me. I might not see, because I'm so nice sometimes, and I just let see the best in everybody, and he'll be like, no, they see your niceness and they're trying to take advantage of it. No, we got to go. God bless you. Bye. Come on, Noah, let's go. And I'm looking like, but. And I'm telling the person, I'm sorry, God bless you, But he tells me later, this was happening, this was happening, this was happening. I'm looking like, I didn't even see that. So that's, when you said that, it was kind of funny, because it's like, okay, that ties into his spiritual life too. He sees stuff that we don't be seeing sometimes.
And, and people would take advantage of your lack of knowledge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to help people. One thing I love about CPR, when I get a group of people together, I always try to locate that one that doesn't learn as quick, and I adjust the whole class to her level and still make it fun and everybody not even knowing it.
I've been certified twice through you, and each time it's fun. Like, it's really fun. It's, you know, you go to a class or somebody's teach you something like, I don't want to, no, it's never like that, you know, because, and that's another one of the reasons I was like, I want JT to perform the wedding, because he's fun. Like, it's not, it's a serious day, but he makes it fun. Like, it's on y'all.
Down to earth.
Y'all take y'all time.
Yes.
Get it down.
Yes.
Right.
You know, this is your day. You hear? Okay, when she get here, let me know. That's what we needed. You know, that's a lot. That's missing a lot, especially weddings. It's missing because it's already chaotic. Yes. People don't realize it. I mean, you guys were married. That.
Not us.
No, not them.
I'm just playing. Y'all know JT got to be JT.
But the chaoticness of, you know, that day.
Yeah. But I just believe in just being real and realistic. Again, am I saying I'm perfect? No, by any means. But the thing is this: the purpose of us being here is to help each other. Mm-hmm. Look at this bracelet. I'm sorry, it's a watch. Notice that this is a watch. Even though this face looks beautiful, it's a beautiful watch because each link does its job. We're supposed to link and link and link. You know what I'm saying? It ain't supposed to be about I'm jealous or I ain't being seen. We're supposed to link.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why we're doing this show.
And that's what it's all. And that's what life is supposed to be about. His book, his experiences,
absolutely,
what y'all are doing, and I think it's wonderful. You know, reaching out to people and having this couch moment, because it's just about just being real and reaching people. It's supposed to be better, not, you know, a politician to come tell you, oh yeah, I'll do this and do this, get in office, forget about you. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, just think if
all that campaigning.
Exactly. Now just think if I had that power and I did the right thing, what would happen? Look how much power we got in this world is still divided. I don't call it the United States of America. I just call it the States of America, because there's nothing united. So the thing is, if you are a voice, if you have influence, my influence is that young lady that wants to sleep with me. My influence should be taking what she has, that feeling, and turn it the other way for positivity. Not to use her, because when she's a soul, she's an individual. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to take advantage because he or she mindset is not there, or they lack certain things, or they're very naive. No, you educate them and be real and be down to earth. Make them feel warm and comfortable. Make them feel comfortable in the skin that they're in. One thing I loved about her, she was her. She, you know, whatever and I love it. So why not embrace that at the wedding? Let's just bring that personality out, because the day of the wedding is going to be stressful. Oh my God, I want to make sure I do this. I don't want to step on my... Man, hold on. Let's just be down to earth and just have some straight up fun. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, that's what we're supposed to do. My job is to take the pressure off of you. My job is to take the pressure off of him. I deal with the stress. He don't deal with nothing. His job is just to show up and sing.
But it gives me a lot of stress.
You gonna make me start drinking? You know what I'm saying? So that's what powerful people are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to make him better. You know, I always told him when I tell you this is he is probably half of the reason why I'm still a Christian. You know what I'm saying? The things that you taught me on the basketball court, off the basketball court, the friendship, you're the reason why I want to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that no more.
Yeah.
And notice, none of them asked me for anything. I didn't ask them for anything. We did it because we love each other. We want to see each other grow. And guess what? If I get out there guess what? I got a cameraman. I'm not going to forget about him. Because what you see JT, but you should see him. You should see her. You should see him. You should see a whole bunch of people. Because that's who made JT who JT is. And I can't take credit for who I am. Of course, ultimately, it's God. It's my mom. It's my father. My sisters, my brothers and stuff like that. But it's people that God put in my life. Mm-hmm. JT is hard-headed. JT is bull-headed. I got to put some positive men in his life. I got to put somebody that's going to keep him straight. I love her because she'll keep me straight. Just met her and you would thought that we knew each other for years. Mm-hmm. That's what it's supposed to be about. And you know what? We should be able to be honest and say that, nope, it's not me, it's them. They helped me to be me, so I can't take the credit. And that's what it's all about.
That's deep. That's deep. Because I feel like I've known her forever. And it's a good thing because it's like she helps me become a better man. And I try my best to help her become a better woman.
Absolutely.
And together we can be a better couple.
A team.
And a team. And I think that's like one of the reasons I say this every show, but we don't argue. We don't hit an argument. People are like, that's not healthy.
They say that all the time.
They said that about my wife and I. My wife and I don't argue. Me and my wife, she's the total opposite of me. She's quiet. If she was here, she'd just be sitting here just as quiet. But you know what I'm saying? She taught me even then that everybody knows, Jay, you gonna know I'm in the building. But you know what? My wife has taught me just do, and you rub off on each other too.
Yes.
It's times where I'm quiet. It's times where, I don't need to bring that much noise or that much attention to
and
myself.
People wouldn't even know that he's the quiet one, and I'm you.
Mm-hmm.
He's the more laid back one, and I'm the. But here, when we sit here, it's like, this all you.
But the thing works. But the thing is, but you see how it automatically works.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I tell couples, don't worry about what people say. Y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I told my wife. My wife is a homebody. My wife, you know what I'm saying? I think, I'm not going to be ashamed that I don't know. I think it was an introvert and extrovert, right?
But what?
The words introvert and extrovert. One of them means that you are more of a people person, yeah. And then one means you're not.
Yeah.
You only got a select few.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we complete each other. But you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She might not be here, but she supports me. She gets on Facebook, supports my book. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm cancer free, I wanted to die. I got misdiagnosed, man, for 2 years. I slept in a recliner for 5. I was spitting blood the size of 50 cent nickels. Silver dollars, that's what it is. Silver dollars. And shut up, I know he gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna bust my own self off. I messed up. And I lost weight. I stopped eating. It can be 64 degrees in here. I'll be sweating like it's 95. And they kept misdiagnosing me. I mean, they got rid of one of my doctors because they think that he was fumbling with the records.
Wow.
I had like 9 surgeries. I passed out behind the wheel, didn't know how I got home, passed out at work, died a couple of times, but my wife was like, no, and a woman that was never raised in church, and I've never heard her pray, and she prayed better than I did. So I tell people, of course, again, God is automatic, but my wife helped bring me here. I'm here because she gave me strength, and you know what I'm saying? She completes me. And it's a lot of couples, especially African American couples, we can be an example too, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's togetherness. My wife has a voice in my house. I told her, I don't care if I have some homies, if something happened and you want to turn on TV and somebody say something, trust me, they gonna get up out of here, because you're the queen of this castle. You're the queen of this castle. You know what I'm saying? We work together. I'm not me by myself. My wife has completed me in her own little way. You know what I'm saying? So we don't argue either. We put it on the table. She's a texter and a writer. And I even had to apologize to her because I tried to force her to be me. and you can't. She has to be her, I have to be me, and we put it together.
You speak of the texter and the writer. That's him. When we first met, we've met on Facebook, y'all. And technically. So he texted me because he he tried to go through my sister because they knew each other to meet me. But I just so happened to be on Facebook and he texting. I don't do all that texting. I'm a talker. That's how I express myself. Me, I ain't gonna be able to express myself. If I get loud, I gotta write all capital letters. I'm just saying. So I was like, no, you know what? Go ahead and call me. Here go my number. So after that, we sat on the phone till it was light skinned outside.
30 a.m. to 9:30
on the phone talking. I'm not that texter. That's not me. Because I can't express myself.
Exactly. And I had to learn about the language. She has to be her, and I have to be me. And again, it's beautiful wife, beautiful spirit. 13 years, man. She's been with me. She been with me. Yeah. She need that video too.
I got it.
See, I told him.
It's on the page.
Yes.
It's on the page.
Yeah. No. It's the outro video is on the page.
Yeah.
But
so
the video is on my flash drive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's this is your, and that's why I tell people it's your marriage, it's your business, it's your life. When the sun go down, ain't nobody gonna be there but you two. So my wife has been my greatest support, and she's been there. I'm a hard person to deal with, and because I know when I get sick, I'm the biggest baby in America. I'm
like Martin.
I am, man. I'm the biggest baby, and she had to put her feet in some man's shoes because I wanted to die. They mistreated me in the hospitals, man. Oh my gosh. And she had to put on some shoes, and then she said, I don't care how low you are, you're still my king. And when you get back on your throne, I'm gonna give you back these shoes. Okay. So my wife is I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. Very blessed to have her in my life.
And I can never picture her mad.
Shoot, man, yeah, she cut me so. They think she is Hispanic. I'm gonna show you all the cuss that she do. Shoot, she Al Capone's daughter, okay?
And that's just like Noah's wife, Clarissa. The sweetest person. Every time I see her, is she still at Urban Childhood?
No.
Okay. So she would just be there when I used to work for Airmark and deliver. And every time I say, "Oh, Brian, how you doing?" And he just hugged me, and the sweetest person ever. So, did she have a mean streak?
Look, like everybody, it's funny because she gets mad when I call because I say, you're so Mary Poppins-ish, you just, I burnt the bacon, I burnt the muffins, and she's like, I'm not like that. I'm like, yeah, you are. You're very sweet and dainty, and, and the thing is, like, take for instance, a whole lot of people used to ask me, like when I would have, I have 1,000 engagements. Why do we never see your wife? My wife, she's very introverted. We're talking about introvert, extroverted. She's extremely introverted. She doesn't like being around a whole lot of people and everything. It might be a phobia or whatever. But the thing is, it's like Tiffany said, well, baby, what's going to happen when I win a Grammy? She was like, well, I will be either at the hotel or I'll be all the way in the back row. I was like,
all the way in the back.
What?
Because she just does not like, being around a whole lot of people and everything. And that's just how she is. Even at church, her and the kids would sit in the balcony. They wasn't like, if I ever became a pastor, she wouldn't be one of those sit on the first row, first ladies. She'd be like, okay, I'm going to be in the wing with the kids and everything, helping out with the kids or whatever. She's like that. She's not, and that just shows the difference between both of us, which kind of brings us closer together. Because anybody who really knows me, I'm shy too, but when I'm around people who I'm really, really, really comfortable with, like you all, you see this other side of me. Like with JT, I joke with him and everything. And the thing is, like, when you see me on stage and everything, I'm just it's like, this is so different from, but the thing is, it's like, everybody knows I'm more extroverted than she is, and when the kids was really little, like, she used to be part of my group, Noah Brown and Company, but then when she had our second child, she was like, I'm just gonna take a step back and everything, and I hated it. I hated that she left the group, but she was like, you know, the group is so big and everything, I just sometimes feel self-conscious and everything, and, you know, I got Glory and I got Noah now, you know, so I can't, you know, I'm like, I understand, you know, but it's like, I still want her to sing with me. But the thing is, she still supports. But she supports in that quiet, demure, very, very sweet way and everything, and, you know, and sometimes I'll be like, baby, come with me, come. I remember one of my CD releases, come to one of my CD releases, and she was like, there's gonna be a lot of people there. No, you know, I'll be here when you get home and everything. So I'm like, okay, you know. She was like, well, you know what? Here's some money for you, for y'all to go out to get something to eat. I'm like, okay then. You know? And but she's like that. She's really sweet and everything, and she's very supportive and everything. And I remember one time the group had threw a birthday surprise party, and she was in on it and everything because JT had gotten in touch with her and everything. Had to, you know, her and the kids there and everything, and. And it's just that, you know, I was surprised. I was surprised with the whole birthday surprise thing, but I was surprised that my wife was there. I'm like, you're here, baby, you know. So it was really good and everything. But you know what I mean? See, I don't really see the mean streak. I mean, you would never see her just, you know, putting her hand on her hip and serving the ball. You know, you never see her doing that. But you know, I see her when she's more emotional, and when you said what you said, no, it kind of hurt me and everything, and this and that and everything. So when she says that, I'm looking like, oh man, she, you know, bucks me down to my knees, especially when she turns on the tears. I'm like, oh. 'Cause I hate to see a damsel cry. I hate to see a woman cry. So when she says, you know, this really hurt my feelings when you did it, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, you know. So I'll be, you know, we both be up there crying and everything, just holding each other's hands and everything. But you know, yeah, but that's how it is.
I had went, it was a while ago, went to a conference, and they was talking about husband and wives. And they said, wives see pink, husbands see blue. Like, what does that mean, right? Well, the wife can say, take trash out. And the husband gonna say it in a blue tone, okay, I'm gonna take it out. But the wife means take it out now. But the husband is looking at it as, okay, I'm going to get it in a minute, right? So then the wife gets upset and she starts yelling. I actually take... So we was taught to say, you're stepping on my air holes. You know, we articulate things different, men and women. Mm-hmm. We view things different, right? So what I learned is, and this is why we don't argue, because I take myself out of my shoes and step in her shoes and look at it from her point of view. I don't have to agree with it, but I will have to understand why she felt that way. And she does the same thing for me. So that eliminates, because the argument is just people trying to prove their point. Mm-hmm. Trying to say, I'm right. It's not, okay, okay, I may not understand, I may not agree with, you know, your thought, the way you see it, but I understand. And that eliminates a lot of, because we ask each other 1,000 times a day, what's wrong? Mm-hmm. It don't be nothing wrong. Like nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. Now you say how you know your spouse, so she knows when I'm in a mood, mm-hmm. and she don't bother me. She just, you know, leave me alone. I think she's seen me snap out how many times?
Maybe 3.
Huh?
3.
3 times. And not at her.
It's like, I'm counting as 3. 1, 2, 3.
Not at her, mm-hmm. but I have this thing where I call it my energy level. Mm-hmm. Right? And if my energy level is up here, I can't be confrontational. Because I'm going to just... Mm-hmm. So I have to wait until my energy level comes down before I have any confrontation. Unfortunately, last weekend, my energy level didn't have time to come down. And I think my kids, my wife, my sister, and my niece saw a part of me mm-hmm. that I don't want nobody to see.
And I think usually when I see you get upset, it makes me upset. But at that time, I didn't get upset. I was like, okay, he's not listening to y'all. We wasting time. Just let's regroup, do what we need to do, and let's go. Cause all of this ranting and raving. Man,
And, see, and that's a team, man. And that's how I mean. And the funny thing is, I said some stuff in my book that, you know, oh my God, y'all guys got a perfect marriage. Oh no, we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's marriage is on call more than a doctor ever will be. And the thing is, a marriage is what you get out of the marriage, what you put in it.
Mm-hmm.
You
that's
know,
everywhere. That's
and I don't want to. I don't want. And I had promised my mom when I was 7 that I wouldn't treat her the way my dad treated. I wouldn't treat a woman the way my dad treated her. So that gave me a roadmap. So you know, my wife does the same thing. If she is like up here, then I have to be the even keel. And vice versa. And when I'm up here, she has to be the even keel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, like she said earlier, it's a team thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just thank God that He puts real people together. You know, not these trying to perpetrate everything is okay people, but realistic people. You know what I'm saying? That would sit down with a couple like, no, she get on my nerves, he get on my nerves. But the thing is, we sit down and we listen. We come in the middle, we compromise.
Well, you know, sometimes like with us, one particular time we were talking, we was on the phone, we disagreeing, and I was like, I don't agree with that. So I hear in his voice he's starting to get irritated. I'm getting upset. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get off the phone and I'm gonna see you when I get home. And then we can discuss it. Go ahead, you can calm down, I can calm down.
Exactly.
Now, me, I'm at work and I'm like, okay, what you gonna say to him when you get home?
Exactly.
That way we can, you know, bring all the tension down.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't have to do all that
Exactly.
to get our point across to each other.
And communication is the key.
That is it.
I remember taking a test one time and said, what is the most important tool for a firefighter? People were saying water hose. People were saying the gear. People were saying the truck. It's the map, because you got to get to your destination. It's on fire. You know what I'm saying? Communication is the map, so you can put out the fire.
We just told.
Hey, what do you like to do if you're in your funk mood? Well, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you saying this. Well, what do you want me to do, baby? Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? We got our languages, and it works.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like you say, hurt people. So if you and this is the power of like prayer and just surrendering to God. When I was going through what I was going through, I was hurt, and I knew that I could not get into another relationship or be involved with anybody with that hurt, because out of my own mouth I said I am going to hurt people, not physically, but because I was hurt. But it took me to go away, regroup, pray every day, listen to scriptures, and rediscover who I was. And that's not me. That's not my character. I don't like to hurt people, especially my wife. She's my jewel, my diamond, you know. So even when she's upset, it bothers me. Not at me, at work. I want to go choke folk, you know, because I don't, and she's the same way. You know, I would tell her stuff that's going on at the job, and she ready to come up there and get a visitor pass.
Exactly.
You know, so, and I think that's like important to balance out. You know, and the incident, I'm gonna put y'all on blast. Hilton 2 Home, whatever the heck y'all call. So we goes up to Nashville for Browning, and we get there, and they sold our rooms.
Wow.
So we're asking reservation, everything. We're asking the guy for clarity, what's going on. Call your boss, and he says, "I'm not calling my boss. Y'all get out, and y'all can get out." So the energy level, and I can't even say what I said, but that energy level was off the chain. Now he booked us in another hotel, but it was 23 minutes away from where Brown was at. So my kids saw, and I try not to, Mia just laughed. Brianna was a little like, okay,
She got
okay.
upset.
My dad is like, okay. So I was told to call the police. You know, wow, call the effing police for them. You know,
Right.
no, call because it's 5, 6 black folks attacking, basically, and one white guy.
Right.
Call the police before he called.
Exactly.
And I
Say
did.
his version of it.
You know, and they came and they was real helpful, and I'm coming out. At this point, I gotta laugh. That's how I bring myself down. I get my laugh, and I go outside and I say to the police officer, "Where's my wife?" She said she's over. She's in the car. Because I mean, and she was right. Why are we still arguing with this guy?
I was like, even if he gave us a room, I don't want to stay here. I don't feel like I'm welcome here. So why am I gonna stay somewhere I'm not welcome?
Right.
Even if he give us a room, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Right.
I have to.
Yeah, she
so
had-
my best bet is go sit down because he don't want me to come out.
Can't
Right.
have both of us
It's
up
a
there.
wrap. It's time to go.
Right.
And then we go to the hotel, and it's a 5-star luxury, beautiful
It was
hotel.
way
I feel
better.
bad.
Yeah. I was like, y'all did
We
all
did all
that.
that, and he put
No,
us in-
y'all did all
We
that.
did
It's like y'all did all that and we in a better hotel.
So that's why normally I'm calm, but for some reason I think it was a long day drive,
Yes.
weather,
Probably irritated and stuff
Yeah,
like
it was just
that.
like- boom. But she was the one that was like, so when she like, let's just go, you know. And I'm like, okay, now my sister, she still want to ask questions. I'm gonna get your lawyer, this and that. Forget all that. Let's go. Now he did say, I put y'all in the Westland. And I said, oh, you put us in an effing motel, huh? He said, no, that's a 5-star. I said, yeah, whatever. You know, I was heated. And I try not to get like that. But sometimes I can look at her when she's calm and it calms me down. Like even on the wedding day. And with you, like you made it. Like when I got there, we was black folks, we was late. And but JT was like, "Don't worry about that. It's y'all day. They can wait. They don't want to wait. They know."
Exactly.
You know, and that made it because when I got there, I was like, "Okay, they on their way." You know, and it's the balance of us. You know how we balance each other out. You know. With Noah, when I asked him to do it, it was like, no, well, let me see. It was, what you need me to do? Give me the song. You know, balance. And that's important. I think it's important with, number one, black folks, you know, to have that connection, you know. And y'all didn't ask for anything. I mean, you know, it wasn't like, okay, this. You know, you said whatever y'all want to bless me with, whatever you want to bless me with, you know.
Well, I did request a bowl of green M&Ms, but he said no.
He didn't
He didn't tell us that. I would have picked them all out.
But I mean, you don't do that for good people, man. I mean, you've always given shout out to us. You've been a blessing. I mean, you've done everything above the sun to make us as men and as your brothers feel welcome and stuff like that. So when you're in need, it shouldn't be about finances. You're our brother, and then now this is our sister. We should make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Whether you gave me $5, I was gonna still do it. Whether you be like, man, we can't give you nothing. But you know what? You've given me something that money can't buy, and that's love, truth, realness, and friendship. And I mean, especially now, it's hard to come by.
Yes.
Out there, people killing their own friends for a male or female and a dollar bill that you can split in half, and it ain't no good no more. And I mean, loyalty is out the window. So I mean, stuff like that, man. You don't charge your homies. I mean, we bonded with basketball. You know how many pickup games on the street? I mean, Gus Mackers, street ball, playing in the league, and then that Asian league. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basketball is a brotherhood. It wasn't just about shooting ball. It built character and relationship. If you there for me when I need a 3-point shot, I know you're going to be there for me to give me advice.
Yeah.
You're going to be there for me to not tell me what I want to hear. You're going to tell me what I need to hear.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
That's a relationship, period.
Exactly.
You know, if it's brotherhood, a marriage, I'm not going to tell him what he want to hear. I'm going to tell him what he needs to hear.
Exactly. Because that means you love him.
Because I do.
But like what you said, people don't even realize that me and you had conversations when you was going through something.
Mm-hmm.
And then vice versa.
Yep.
You know, when I was going through something, I was able to reach out
Exactly.
to you and just to have that truth.
Yep.
And
You
not,
know,
and not
and
that
not-
judgment.
And not judgmental, and
Exactly.
not sugarcoated.
Exactly. Because, I mean, we shouldn't... Everybody going to make mistakes and errors, man. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, when I was going for my elder's license, they put a person in front of me. You know what? Man, this MF and so-and-so, the pastor's like, whoa! I said, nope. Sit down. I'm sorry. No. I need you to be you. I don't know. Wait a minute. You want me to help you? He said, yes, sir. Well, for me to help you, I need you to be you so I can help you. So I'm going to come to that door again and we're going to try it. Okay, Rev. I sat down and again, you know, MF, S, F, blah, blah, blah. He left that, which was a test for me, blessed. Because the thing is this, I don't care about him cussing. And the board was like, well, JT, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, is there a scripture about cussing? I said, how is it that the same God we served did the same thing I just did? Name me one time he made the woman at the well feel bad. Name me one time he made the woman with the issue of blood feel bad. Name me the time that Jesus made the woman that got caught in the act of adultery feel bad. He did. I said, so the thing is this. You all looked at, here's the other side of the Rubik's Cube he's talking about. You all looked at cussing. What is holding this building up? Oh, the bricks, the beams, the nails. Foundation. I want to know the foundation of why he's cussing. What made him that mad to use those words? I don't care, but those are just words. Yeah, they define poop. He said S word. I don't care about that. I want to find out the core. Why is this man angry that he has to cuss? I'd rather him cuss than shoot. And you know what? He left out feeling better because one, he didn't get judged. Because you're dealing with that, and I'm not, doesn't make me better than you. My job is to listen to you as a man, as a Christian, as a man with values that was taught by his parents. Because the thing is, what good am I to you if I judge you? We're not supposed to judge. Even the Bible says if your brother's overtaken in the fault, he that is spiritual, restore your brother in the spirit of meekness, considering yourself, lest ye be tempted. So if I judged you, God would have put me in a situation 10 times worse. And guess what? I'd have got that right back. So it's not about judging this. Again, it's about being that link. We're not supposed to judge. Everybody does. Everybody sins. Everybody is not perfect. Everybody deals with things. It's not our time to judge. It's our time to listen. If I don't have the answer and I know he does, hey, do you mind if I hook you up with him? Because I'm not trying to be a superstar. I'm trying to help you. And if I don't have it, then I know he does. Well, hold on. I got a sister that will break it down realistically. Can I? Hey, sister-in-law, I got this on so can you come over here? Yeah, JT. That's what it's all about. It's not about judging people, man. People don't need to be judged. They need to be loved. They need to be healed. They need to be helped. And they need to be pushed so everybody can, you know what I'm saying, be successful.
And I think to know of music, your music does that. And like, you know, I used to rap. I still kind of do it a little bit.
You sure did.
You know, Holy Troop in the house. But it's like when you write songs, you're trying to hit a message that can relate to people. And I think I did a song called Weekend Prayer. Well, I said I was. I had to be broken by God before I was healed by God. People in my life left me with battle scars. And when I put that out, people was like, "Oh, that was deep," because you have to be broken, and it's called humbleness, right? And then God can heal you. And people left, people left with the battle scars are the people that my humbleness say, "Okay, I forgive you," But faith in man won't take you very far. And the whole thing about this song was, and the reason I'm saying is because I see door acceptance on the book. Is that what they say? Yes. I just want to make sure I was reading right. Get the spell done.
So silly.
But that song is about being a guy coming into the church and he's trying to be saved, but he's worried about what everybody else is saying about him, that he's not going to be accepted. So I looked, I was like, that's kind of a song, like to be accepted. So here's a little bit about that one.